Bonjour and welcome to a new unboxing video, and today we've got something odd. I mean, it's an oddity in the sense that it's not your regular kind of action figure yet. It is action figures, but it's not quite what we're used to. It's a bizarre line in a way. I think it's fun and it's cute. And but well, you're going to see what I mean when I show you that. It's a line of Star Trek figures. Yeah, it's a line of Star Trek figures, and there's 4 figures for the moment, and they all from Star Trek The Next Generation, and they come from a company called Super Impulse. And Super Impulse is known for one thing. They do things like the world's smallest toys and the world's smallest game and the world's smallest objects. You know, those tiny, small collectible items. And actually, they are preparing some Star Trek one, and I will do an unboxing of the Star Trek ones at some point. But they've decided to do action figures, and their action figures are weird. There's no other way to put it. They're weird. So there's 4 of them. Here is Picard. Here is Riker. You'll find out why I say they're weird. We've got Worf, and we've got Data. So that's the first wave. They do say that they are 3.75 inches, so about a bit under 10 centimeters, which would be like retro figure size. But for me, they look a bit smaller, and that's because they are pre-posed. So there seems to be only a few articulation points, but we're going to check that together. I think they're fun, but well, you'll decide what you think. There's some very fun idea with it, so which I'm not sure. I hope I will be able to show you as well. So anyway, without any further ado, let's go and start with Picard. So here is what they look like. So you've seen there's 4 blisters. Blisters are all very similar. So you've got the Star Trek logo. Their collection is called 3.75. That's the name of the line. They've never released anything that I know of before in that line. They are the first figures. They do say that they're from 12 years old, so they're not toys for kids. And it does say that it's 3.75 inches tall. I do believe they are slightly smaller. I mean, I've got a 3.75 figure next to it. It looks sort of the same, but it looks odd. And I think it's really because it's pre-posed. In the back, you do have all the 4 figures, and what's interesting is that all of them come with a stand, and basically you've got a little background. If I'm showing you another part of the background, you will notice that basically you are getting a diorama, because none of the background are the same. So you've got 4 of them, and the 4 of them actually create a diorama of all 4 figures. So that's actually quite fun. We're going to try and open that without damaging the card, because that would be a bit silly, as we need the bit of the card. And well, we're going to see what they're like. It's interesting to say the least. So let's get the figure out, and it just comes with an accessory, which is tiny, so we'll try not to lose it. Is there anything hidden underneath? No, it's just a little sticker on the blister. So here we go. We're going to show you first, the figure, and here it is. That's the figure. I'm going to put the accessory, because as you can see, that's the face. It's quite small, isn't it? So you don't want to lose it. So let's put it directly in his hand. And here is Picard. So there's a few. Okay, the waist isn't articulated. The hand is articulated. The other arm is articulated. Is the hand articulated? No, it's just the arm. Is the head articulated? Yes, the head is also articulated. So there are 3 points of articulation figure, and they are in the weirdest pose. I mean, I'm all for Picard being here you go. It's not bad. I mean, I think the sculpt is okay for that size. It's not too bad. Detail of decoration, is the likeness any good? I don't think so, but can we really have a good likeness at this scale? I'm not entirely sure. My big question is going to be, do they stand on their own? So I'm going to see. It's not very good at standing, as you can see, so it means we'll need the stand. So that is the stand. We're going to put that on there. So there's a little hole here. Okay, so that's basically what it's supposed to be like. You understand what I mean now by odd. I mean, I don't have a problem with 3 points of articulation, but the pre-posed thing is just a bit, I mean, yeah, you see what I mean? It's just a bit ridiculous. But why not? It's not too bad. So we're going to try and cut this. Before I do, there is a little catalog included, so I have no clue what it is. Basically, I think it looks like they collect them on world's smallest. Yes, it is the world's smallest object catalog, as I was telling you. Are they showing anything else? The smallest games. The interesting thing is that on the back of this, there is absolutely no mention of those action figures. I'm just looking. The only thing that's interesting, because I will do an unboxing for that, is that they do have here, they are indicating that there will be Star Trek ones. So, well, it's nice to have the catalog, but it doesn't really help us in any way. So what we're going to do is, because we need to actually try and cut this, even though it's pre-cut, actually, it looks like it's been nicely cut, because I don't appear to need any scissors. That's actually a good thing, because quite often those pre-cut items actually shred. This one, I mean, that was easy. I mean, for me it was easy. So we're going to see how that works. So literally, this is what it looks like when finished. It's not that great. I think it's fun. I like it. I think it's really, really good fun. And it's a little add up, but you'll agree with me, it is strange. So anyway, we're going to, first of all, now that it's out, let's compare size with a Mego 3.75 figure. Those ones are a bit on the small size, but if I'm comparing, of course, the fact that the figure is posed, changing thing. Yes, they are the same size. Okay, they look smaller in the pack. It's very interesting that they look smaller in the pack, but it is the same scale. So that's actually pretty good. They are 3.75. So anyway, if we've got one, now that we've got one, it's going to be easier because we can actually open the rest very easily. So we'll open Riker. So Riker, well, same thing. It's got, of course, his portrait here. We do have a different background here. Well, now we know the drill. So Riker is crouching even more than Picard. It's probably it's an action shot of Picard. So you've got the little catalog again. So here is Riker. So as you can see, Riker, same thing, head is articulated, the arms are articulated, and he comes also with a phaser. So we're going to put the phaser in his arm. There we go. So same thing, I mean, it's just one of those weird poses. They're all like on guard, but I think it's fun. I think they're really nice. I don't know what he's trying to do. Probably trying to run, but it could be also the Riker maneuver. You know, when he tries to sit on something. But I mean, the likeness for something that size, I think the likeness is pretty okay. It really is. I have no problem with the sculpt. This one, no articulation here. I have no problem with the sculpt. I think the sculpts are okay. Does he stand on his own? Nope. Just trying to see. Nope. No balance whatsoever. So once again, we will need the base for him to go on. So here you go. He's a bit at an angle, so let's try and change. Yes, let's try and change. It's a bit more difficult to put in. There we go. That should be better now. So here we go. We've got Riker with in position. Let's try and see if it detaches as well as the other one, just so that we know. But it looks like, once again, the pre-cut part is working very, very well. I mean, that's pretty good. And now we're going to put that here. So basically, here you go. We've got Riker with his little diorama. What you've got here now is that, of course, if you put them next to each other, you have a more complete diorama. So those are fun. I mean, I'm saying it again, but I do find those very fun, just strangely unusual. So anyway, we do have data. So data, of course, there's this is his own little portrait. Interestingly, while for Riker and Picard the little sticker was red, this one is yellow, so it goes with the fact that they are not command but services operations. Sorry. So we do have data here. Same thing, we do have a different background in the back. Okay, so that's interesting because it's a different accessory for data. So here is data. Once again, he's in an action pose. Can he do the whole yeah, he can. So basically, same as before, you've got the 3 point of articulation, and it does come with an accessory. Accessory is different because we do have a tricorder, and it's got a little handle in the back. So let's see how that works, because that sounds a bit, I'm not saying that it's complicated. Is that how you're supposed to put it? Yes, that's how you're supposed to put it. So basically that's how he holds this tricorder, which is not ideal, but why not? Does he stand on his own? I'm testing those. Nope, it won't stand on its own. So once again, we're going to need is here you go. Here is with, I mean, once again, and the likeness is really not too bad for something that scale. I think they've got a pretty decent sculpt. And we're going to see if, once again, the diorama detaches easily or not. And it looks like, yeah, once again, no problem at all. That's actually one, I mean, I'm repeating myself, but it is actually a nice feature because, as I said, very often you can't easily do that. So we're going to put him, so here he comes with his little diorama. So it means he goes next to Picard, because they do have a specific order. So here we go, we can actually have him next to Picard. So that's the third one, and we do have one last one. And the last one is Worf. So Worf, well, same thing. You know the drill now. You do have the little background as well. He does have a different accessory because, well, that's a Klingon. So all the Klingons really have a bat'leth. So he comes with a bat'leth, of course. And here we go. That is Worf. So once again, he is in a strange position. You do have, of course, the two arms and the head. Interestingly enough, he does have it's the ponytail version. So it is the last season of Star Trek Next Generation that he has this look. The sculpt, once again, sculpt is actually pretty decent. Yeah, for something that size, a sculpt is pretty decent, and he does come with his bat'leth, as I was saying. So let's see if he can hold his bat'leth, because that would be really annoying if he couldn't. That would be a shame that a figure is designed to carry a weapon and you can't give him the weapon. Well, might be that we can't give him his weapon. Right, so if we put him like that, he can carry his weapon. Let's see if we can give him his weapon. No, basically he can't hold his weapon because of course the arms are wider, so you can't really fit the weapon. Of course you always have the possibility of having him holding his weapon in one hand, even though it's not that easy. So let's put it back in the lowest position, because that seems to be how it's supposed to be done for that figure. It's a bit of a bummer. And let's see if he can stand. This one actually can stand. It's in a very weird position, but he can stand. But however, we're going to put it on his little stand. So here you go. This is Worf on his little stand. It's once again, I will say it again, it's actually not a bad sculpt. And let's see if we have any problem detaching the back of the diorama or not. But no, once again, this is very nicely designed to be removed without any tool, scissors or knives or whatever. So, and here we go, we do have Worf. So of course, if you put all four of them as they were showing on the blister, I don't have the space to show that to you, but as they were showing on the blister, you put all four together, you get the full diorama. So here we go. Those come from Super Impulse. They're just out in the US. I'm not sure that they're already available in the UK. They are not even widely available in the US. I got very lucky. I got them right away. And so you do have four. So Super Impulse, and it's called, the line is called 3.75 Star Trek The Next Generation Wave 1. And you've got Worf. Once again, just showing you Data, Picard, and Riker. There you go. That's all we've got today. I think they're fun. They are not very expensive either. I think, I can't remember how much. Well, I think they were $10 each or something like that, so, which is not too bad. Maybe even less than $10 each. I can't remember. But anyway, that's all we've got for today. I will definitely be doing another unboxing with the smallest, world's smallest version that they've gone for Star Trek, because there's three figures, there's two figures and a ship in that collection. So we'll be back about those. Maybe not next week, maybe in a few weeks. I don't know. It all depends when I get them, because the same thing, they're just out. And we'll speak to you again soon. Bye.